Good evening and welcome to tonight's regional news. We begin with a story from Brazil. Protesters in Brazil and around the world gathered to denounce President Jair Bolsonaro's handling of the coronavirus pandemic as the Latin American country recorded its worst week in terms of new cases. These Stop Bolsonaro protests were staged online and on the streets in Brazil's main cities and in more than 20 other countries on Sunday, demanding the right-wing leader's resignation and calling him a threat to democracy. Brazil registered its highest number of infections at 259,105 cases in 7 days through Sunday, according to health ministry figures. The country also reported its second highest weekly death toll, with 7,005 people killed, just below the record of 7,285 set the previous week. With more than 1 million registered cases of the coronavirus and 57,622 deaths, Brazil has risen in the charts as a global hotspot for the pandemic, second only to the US in the number of cases and fatalities. And now for some news from Antigua. Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda Gaston Brown has announced Caribbean airline Liat will be liquidated following a series of unsuccessful months due to COVID-19. The airline based in Antigua will be formed into a new entity that will provide vital connections between the Caribbean islands. The decision comes after months of losses due to the coronavirus alongside a particularly unprofitable 2019. The bankrupt regional carrier Liat owes its staff some $94 million in severance and holiday payment, which the chair of its shareholder government's Prime Minister Ralph Gonzalez said it is unable to pay. Last year, the airlines recorded a loss of $4.4 million US. While it may have hoped to recover this year, Liat could not have foreseen the scale of the coronavirus. The airline services 15 destinations from Puerto Rico to Guyana. Now for some news from Jamaica. Governor General Sir Patrick Allen has suspended personal use of the controversial insignia of the Order of St. Michael and St. George. The insignia depicts a white man cited as a triumphant archangel with his foot on the neck of a black man deemed to be Satan. It has ignited a firestorm on social media. Sir Patrick also says he asked his office to review all insignias and iconography associated with the office of the Governor General that may be considered racialized or culturally inappropriate. In the meantime, the Governor General has sent a letter to the Chancellor of the Order of St. Michael and St. George requesting a revision of the image used on the medal. And still in Jamaica, popular Montego Bay dancehall entertainer Ryan King was shot and seriously injured during a gun attack in the Surrey District, Westmoreland, on Sunday, while a woman identified as his girlfriend was killed. Another male was also shot and injured. The deceased has been identified as 28-year-old Sasha-Lee Blackwood, a customer service representative of Irwin Meadows, St. James. The incident reportedly took place while the entertainer, whose real name is Matthew Smith, his girlfriend, 2 children, and a group of other persons were traveling through Westmoreland to attend a function that was being held in a neighboring parish. According to reports, one of the 2 vehicles that were traveling with the 25-year-old entertainer got involved in an accident with another motor car. The impact of the crash forced Ryan King and his team to stop at the location for close to 45 minutes while they assessed the damage and conversed with the female driver. Minutes later, another car arrived on the scene and a man alighted with a handgun, hurled expletives at the entertainer, and chased him. Ryan King was shot several times. Blackwood, who was sitting with the 2 children, was also hit. Ryan King then ran into a gully but was then again chased and shot multiple times by his attack. The gunman escaped. That was all for tonight's regional news. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.